I don't think, not to bust anybody's chops, but major upgrades to these guns are analogous to putting a freaking supercharger on a minivan. It is not necessary. What an upgrade should do is make the gun more shootable. If you're into chopping all the gun up because it looks cool, fine, I don't care. But it doesn't make the gun any more deadly. When a 124, 147 grain jacketed hollow point penetrates the sternum and ruptures a heart or aorta, the heart or aorta doesn't care how fancy the slide was chopped up. It doesn't care who stippled the frame. The heart or aorta, as destroyed, doesn't care whose trigger's in it. It doesn't care whose slide stop lever's in it, whose sights are on it. Doesn't mean you shouldn't buy good stuff. I prefer Ameriglow sights for a lot of reasons. Extremely durable, American made. The owner's a cool dude. They regulate well. They fit on the gun well. They do the job for what we're wanting them to do. There's a big product line. Slide. I got some forward serrations. Not needed though if you develop the correct... So a lot of guys put forward serrations on a gun. Well, look. No forward serrations. Come into the gun. You can check. There you go. Chamber check or chamber check. Some people say if Glock wanted it that way, they'd make it that way. Well, that's not true because otherwise the gun would cost $700, $800, $900 instead of $400, $500, $600. The stippling and grip reduction. Look, these guns are built to fit the majority of people. So this is made to fit the majority of people. If you want to customize it to make it shoot a little better, fine. Sights, those sights that are on the stock Glock. Do I have some stock Glock sights down here? I don't know if I do. I do. Stock Glock sights will shoot just fine. There's people that complain that they're not durable. I've never broken any. But they're cheap. So they put these cheap sights on here, which allow them to invest money elsewhere into the tool. So this gun was chopped up by Dom at Fine Line Tactical. He did a great job, reduced the grip, cut the finger grooves off, nice stipple job. This stipple job is like, it grabs the hand good, but it doesn't rub on your back or belly. I've got a Wolf slide stop lever. This is a SSVI trigger, and that's it. One thing I think so here's a funny thing. Dudes go out and they spend $2,500 to build a Glock. How many of you have changed your recoil return spring? How many of you have changed any of the inner springs in your guns? How many of you know that spring's rated for about 5,000 rounds? Who knows that? Who knows that? 5,000 rounds. How many of you have changed that spring? These are like 15 bucks. Dudes are like, what? 5,000 rounds? Yeah. You should be swapping springs. And even when the spring starts wearing out, it's like, oh, my slide works so good. No, your slide doesn't work so good. Now you're smashing metal onto metal because the spring, like a shock absorber in your vehicle, is no longer absorbing that energy. Now it's just slamming around. So stop spending money on upgrades until you're freaking worthy of the upgrades. I'm just kidding.